Hey everybody, this week's real estate chat, we're talking about why buying a home is a good investment. Now, a quick disclaimer, I am not an accountant and I'm not a financial advisor. So while I'm going to give you some things to think about and consider in deciding whether or not to buy a home, definitely always check with the correct professionals to get all of your questions answered and make sure that you're making the best decision in your particular circumstances. Now, all that said, you have to live somewhere. This is the basis of why a house is usually a good investment. You have to live somewhere, and you're probably going to have to pay for it. So if you're paying rent, you're paying somebody else's mortgage or just giving somebody else cash in their pocket if their mortgage is paid off. So you're going to have a payment for your housing one way or another unless you are paying cash for a house or already own one, in which case you're probably not watching this video. So if you're paying rent, frequently you can even get a mortgage payment for less than your rent payment. So in most markets, most of the time, whatever you're going to need to pay for rent for a 3-bedroom house, you could buy a 3-bedroom house for a lower mortgage payment and keep more money in your pocket. And that payment usually includes taxes and insurance as well. So now, that said, of course, houses have other costs. They have maintenance costs that you don't have with a rental and things like that. So I'm not saying it will always be cheaper. I'm just saying there's a chance that you could be paying the same or less for a mortgage as for rent. Every payment you make, a portion of that payment is going towards your to pay off your loan and build your equity in the house. So if you've got a house that you're paying for, instead of paying rent, you're building equity. So at least a portion of your payment is going to build your own equity and not somebody else's equity, which is what's happening with rent. On average, most of the time, value of houses go up. Now, of course, we all have heard about the big housing busts that have happened periodically, and it happens. So I cannot ever guarantee that you're going to buy a house now and be able to sell it for more later. However, most of the time, on average, the value of the house increases as long as you're maintaining the house and keeping it in good condition. Therefore, when you turn around and sell it, hopefully you will get some cash in your pocket from that sale. If you have to move, you can rent your house out. If you have to move before, maybe you can practically sell it. There's always the rental option where you can make hopefully enough to pay your mortgage, property management, maybe a little extra. That's always the goal, of course, with a rental investment. But I'm talking about your personal home being an investment. So the whole rental investment is a whole other discussion. But it is an option if you needed to move and couldn't sell. Then you're still paying your mortgage, you're still building equity, and you still have that home that you own. So that is why buying a home is usually a good investment, is because you're probably going to be spending the same amount of money on housing one way or another. And if you're renting, you're not building your own equity, you're building somebody else's. So let me know if you have any questions. Again, if you have a personal financial advisor, it's always a good idea to check with them about any investment strategy and your net wealth. But I'm happy to talk to you as well about what you're looking for, what you can get, what the market's looking like right now, and all those types of things that you need to know to make that decision. Let me know if you have any questions. Send me a message or an email. Have a great weekend.